Yeah, what's up, peeps?
Hello.
Welcome
Good
to our
morning, good
fourth
afternoon, good
Yes,
episode.
evening.
sir.
Woohoo! Yeah, party, party,
What's up, Planet
guys.
in the house?
Welcome, everyone. Yeah, awesome. Welcome to our
Yeah.
Lightversation with TEDS, and this is our fourth episode. Make some noise.
Woo! Fourth.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, party, party. Okay, guys. Baka mahalata na tayo. All right. All right. So welcome to our Light Conversations with Teds. Yours truly, your host Tony Spark, and I'm not alone. Kasama ko dito our awesome gang of brothers, band of brothers. First, Emmer in Cars and Hats. Make some noise, Emmer in Cars and Hats.
Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Love you guys.
Alright, yan. So talagang ano siya, may-ari siya ng maraming cars at maraming hats. Alright, and under the hat is a light that's shining beyond your imagination. Alright, moving on. Moving on to our third awesome brother, and this is a unique and yet controversial member of the group, Dimitri Gorietti. He's a Gorietti. He's an albino gorilla slash Yeti. Hey, make some noise, Dimitri. Make some noise.
Woohoo! Thank you for having me here. Thank you once again to my favorite metal boy and my favorite car hat man. Glad to be on
Car
the show again.
Hatman. All right, Car Hatman. Oh man. Well, thanks for being here, and for those watching right now and on replay, thank you for joining us. Please do join in the conversations. This is Light Conversations, and you're part of the conversation, the discussion. This is our episode 4. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Tag your friends and loved ones and join in on what we're going to share every episode. And we encourage you to also share with us, no, what you would like to suggest could be our possible topics in future episodes. So type in there, and we'd love to hear from you, listen with you, and put up a topic that you want us to discuss about in our future episodes. So yeah, today, guys, it's a special episode because moving on from our last and third episode about talking about valor and bravery and who inspires us and gives us the definition and model of bravery and valor. Today, our major question is this: what movies or series have inspired you lately? All right, what have inspired you lately? Movie series. We all know that during this time of pandemic, we can binge watch on Netflix and live streaming, and it's that time where we can be just back to back with what we watch on the screen, right, on the big tube. So what inspires you, or what movies and series have inspired you lately? So let's kick it off first with Emmer and Cars and Hats. Brother, what are the movies or series that have inspired you recently, and why?
What did you say? I'm
So I
confused.
cannot see.
Well,
So
you're,
I
you're
cannot.
talking to me, guy. You're talking to me.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
anyway,
talking
good
to you.
afternoon.
The question is
No,
running at
I'm
the
just
bottom of the
kidding.
screen. What movies or series have inspired you lately, brother, and why?
Actually, I'm just kidding. Actually, during the pandemic, I saw that pandemic hit. Why are you laughing, guys?
Anyway, take it away, Emmer
Yeah,
and Cars and
during the
Hats.
start of the pandemic, March 15 last year, uh, I watched many movies, but I focused to two series. Actually, it's a series more of a historical basis of
Mm.
in the 1200s, 1000s, and that is uh, Vikings.
Yun,
Yeah,
Vikings. Awesome.
yeah, the slide, please. So, yeah,
It's coming. It's coming.
yeah. Sorry, maybe kaya bagal lang ang internet. Well, anyway, yeah. So, Vikings kasi they are known since my school days during in my elementary. Kilala ko ng Vikings. They are the seafarers and conquerors of the Nordic countries. So naimbig ako dun sa Vikings especially yung Ragnar Lothbrok. although he is a fictitious hero in the Vikings movie, merong historical basis, including his sons. So that means Bjorn Ironside, Ivan the Boneless, Ube, and Vitsert. So it has some historical basis. Now, moving forward, I also know that Leif Erikson, a Viking who traveled to the north of Europe, is even ahead by 500 years to
Mm.
Columbus' travels. So the next is, of course, another European country. This is the Last Kingdom. Actually, this is the Great Britain. So this is on the picture. Another fictitious guy, Uhtred of Bebbanburg. But actually, sa historical merong Uhtred the Bold. And then, but
Mm.
not this one, guys. I mean, the bold one. There's yung matapang. Yung matapang. So, I'll finish this in
Thank you
60
for
seconds.
verifying that. Yeah, yeah.
The bold. So, he's a kingmaker, actually. So, another, actually, he's Uhtred the Bold of Bamberg. So, lahat to may historical basis. I will conclude on this two series. Okay, two series. I learned about a lot about the history of the north of Europe. So that is from the Nordic countries to Great Britain to England. So I learned about the culture, the paganistic origins, the paganistic gods, and the struggle of Christianity being introduced at the United Kingdom, Nordic countries, Sweden, and everything. So, and ito mga 1000s and 1200 ang panahon, and about the time of Saint Francis also. So,
Right.
I would recommend watch these movies. You will learn a lot about a little bit of history of Europe, although these are fictitious characters, but it has historical background. That's it,
Yeah.
guys.
Awesome. Awesome. Fantastic. Emma and Charles and Nats, your love for historical epic series encourages us, especially with the growth of how Christianity started being part of the culture in the time of yung paano nila, yung mga medieval times. Those were the dark ages, right? So
Yeah.
it inspired as well many saints to really stand up and rise during that time. So nakakatuwa. Even the battle that is on the series, it reflects the battles that happened within us, right? Amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you, Emer.
Amazing.
And of course, let us now move on to Dimitri. Dimitri, what movies or series have inspired you lately and why? Take it away,
Sure.
Albino Gorietti.
Thank you, Metal Boy. Now, before I go into the movies that I have in mind,
All right. Ding, ding. All right.
it's interesting to note I'm enlightened by what Emmer Hats and Cars mentioned because for a second there, he was emphasizing on The Last Kingdom about it being bold, and I was kind of wondering what kind of movie is this? Is it going to be a bold movie? But I found out it's not what I thought. You know, I'm going to go check out that show.
Yeah,
Moving
yeah.
forward, movies, they're not all entirely accurate or can be. Take, for instance, my grandfather who served under the administration of Caesar. There was a movie that came out about our people, and the movie's called Planet of the Apes. And you can see there the setting, which was true. It was in the San Francisco Bay Area in California. However, the setting was actually in the 40s. All right, it wasn't
Oh,
actually
yeah, yeah.
um, happening during this new millennium. However, more or less, it's pretty much accurate. Other than that, now going into the movies, one of the movies that I really enjoyed watching were the Avengers. They had awesome script, good dramatization. They brought in the characters little by little and gradually built them up into an amazing series combined with the Avengers, starting with Iron Man, going into the Hulk. I loved it, but I wasn't a big fan of how Justice League and the DC comics took off. I found it a little sloppy, and I found so many errors. I've seen too many to note. One of the things that annoyed me was among many others, was the most recent one I watched, which was Wonder Woman 1984. And I think
Yeah.
that was just like such a sloppy movie. In fact, it seemed as if the pandemic hit. They were just in a rush to finish filming. All the actors went home, and they just had to grab people out of nowhere. And they found this Filipino kid out of nowhere and say, "Hey, you want to be an actor?" And they just like shot everything at the last minute. That's why it's funny how I really don't know what he's doing in that movie. And where's his mom? I wanted to see the Filipino mom. Anyhow,
Yeah.
going into movies, speaking of 1984, there is a movie in the 1980s that I did like. I appreciated the creativity of this movie. It's called Somewhere in Time, starring the original Superman from DC, Christopher Reeve, along with Jane Seymour. And this movie, what I appreciated of this movie so much was its originality and creativity. So it's known for its soundtrack. They play it in ice skating contests all the time. But what's really important to remember is that Christopher Reeve's character travels in time, and he didn't travel in time like how Back in the Future would use a Valerian, a car to travel back in time, or a machine. I would think those are kind of phony, but I think this is realistically done, is because he brainwashes himself to really going back in time. And he had a difficulty doing it, but when he went through the logbooks of a hotel that he wanted to travel back in time to, he saw that his name was there. And so because of that, he believed that he could travel in time. And I thought it was really original. But the movie I would say had the most impact on me would probably be Devil's Advocate. I thought this movie was just absolutely amazing. I'm gonna cite particular characters such as Eddie Barzoon. If you've seen that movie, I love that scene when he's jogging. Eddie Barzoon. He's like greed on wheels. And I want to note here Dante's seven deadly sins from the Paradiso. You've got pride. It goes to anger. Next to
Right.
envy, then anger, and so forth. It goes up. But you know what? They never really actually examined the root of all of that. I think the root of pride was actually vanity. And if you've seen Devil's Advocate, I love that scene. Where even in the end, you think that the good guys win, but then Kevin Lomax, played by Keanu Reeves, he actually falls into that bit again.
Yeah.
Right in the end, he falls for it when the reporter says, "I'm going to make you a star, Kevin." So it's just goes to show human nature really needs to work on its ego and its vanity. But another take I'd like to say is when I first watched it 20 years ago, I remembered I was focusing on the legalism side of it. Because when Kevin Lomax shoots himself in the head, I say, how can he be part of the good guys? That's suicide,
Right.
However, when I really deep into the movie, dig in and analyze, I realize he's not actually killing himself because he wants to end his life, but rather he's sacrificing his life, so he's trying to prevent the Antichrist. So I think it was a really good movie, and I think it's something worth revisiting again.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you, Dimitri. Yeah. Wow. Lots of inputs there, but definitely Al Pacino with Keanu Reeves was a good tandem for Devil's Advocate. An awesome film. You really can look up to Al Pacino. Yeah. Like with The Irishman, right? Okay. Vanity. Okay, watch out, huh? You want to just read Vanity Fair, the magazine, not have vanity. All right. So, all right. Yeah. Well, from my end, bros, I definitely, it's an amazing film. And on my end, I look up to the actors as well. So who I love on the top of my list is Tom Hanks, right? And two of my favorite films about him. Ang dami niyang magandang palabas, but I just want to cite these two. A classic, which is Forrest Gump, and we know Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump, right? He's this special kid who has special needs, and yet he's able to go around and do his daily thing and do so much, for such a special guy. And despite the many challenges, the love, and then the war, the Vietnam War, and all that stuff that he went through, he still was innocent. He still was pure, and he still was this amazing human being. And I think that's what Forrest Gump is telling us, that be an amazing human being, because we have so much to give, even if we're going through a lot, especially during this pandemic, right? And his favorite line that I love to mimic is, Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Yeah, so I love mimicking that, and such a lesson there. Life is like a box of chocolates. So just open up and enjoy, right? And his most recent film on Netflix, News of the World. Ang ganda ng story nito, but I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't watched it yet. It's he's actually like a broadcaster, meaning in the wild west of the states, when there wasn't online news, newspapers. He would go around town to town spreading news, giving updates. And along his travels, he bumped into this orphan kid that he just took into his care but wanted to let her go because hindi talaga sa kanya yung bata. So, but then later on, he grew to love the girl and became part of his journey. And watch it because it's an inspiration where, regardless of your race, your creed, your definition of life, where you're coming from, relationships really matter in this dog eat dog world. So watch these awesome films. If you haven't watched them, particularly News of the World, it's an amazing film. So yeah, these movies have inspired me because they teach us authentic relationship and authenticity to yourself and others, despite the rejection and the pain that we receive. So yeah, thank you so much. That's an awesome episode. We hope you guys also share with us movies or series that have inspired you lately. Do also give a heads up and suggest what possible topics you want us to discuss about in the near future. But before we wrap up, we just want to invite you to whatever sidelines we have. And I want to ask Emmer and Cars and Hats, since he has cars, he may want to share his business on the side. So yeah, Emmer, take it away.
Yes, please like my Facebook page, Classic Wheels Philippines. The phone number is on the screen, and screenshot it, or and just visit the page. Send me a message if you are interested in high-end and imported cars. Also, we have bulletproof cars for those who wants to be safe, not only from the coronavirus but also from the bad
From bullets.
elements.
Okay,
Yeah,
bad elements from bullets. Okay.
from the bullets.
Thank you for that, Ever. Yeah, so just get in touch with him for your luxury, super sports, hyper mega cars, and bulletproof cars. And grab your Corvette today. All right, going bananas.
Yeah.
Moving ahead, talking about Dimitri going bananas. Okay, so for some of you, you may know that we're part of a community with the Light of Jesus family. And we just want to share this information with you. Maybe you're going through an emotional burden, depression, anxiety right now, or maybe you know someone who's going through such burdens right now. Please get a screenshot of these details. Pastoral Care Center of the Light of Jesus family, they're available for you. We have licensed counselors. You need them to listen to you, to talk to you. Just get in touch with them from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Again, take a screenshot because the numbers are on the screen and you can chat with them live on lojpcc.com. And for your daily inspirations, do grab a copy of your prayer devotionals for 2021 on facebook.ph and be inspired as you journey through the Bible. And of course, for your inspirational books, like with amazing authors such as Brother Bo Sanchez, Brother Arun Gogna, grab a copy today. And of course, a Feast magazine digital copy is available for you as well on feastbooks.ph. And since we're part of the Feast Bay Area District, we also have our daily 3 p.m. Divine Mercy Chaplet. For a matter of 10 minutes, you will be blessed as you pray with us and declare that Jesus, we trust in you even during this time. So 10 minutes lang yun. You can take a break, coffee break while you're praying this, even while in your comfort room. When you're doing your thing, your number 2 or your number 1. Jesus loves you and cares for you where you are as is. All right? Of course, not laughing aside, Jesus really reaches out to you. All right? But here on our daily programs, you don't want to miss out on these daily programs. Take a screenshot because Feast Bay Area is available for you. Just join these programs every evening, 8 p.m. or on Sundays during our Feast at Homes. All right. Each Feast at Home starts with Mass, worship, and talk. So take a screenshot and hope we see you online. Tag your friends and loved ones and be a blessing as well to others. All right. So that wraps up our show for today. Again, thank you so much, everyone. And we hope to see you and read from you and hear from you at our next episode. See you guys. This is Lightversations with TEDS. God bless you.
God bless you.
Yeah. Let's cheer on everyone. Thank you.
Thank you,
We're
guys.
looking
Love
forward.
you. See you next episode.
Yeah,
See you,
see
see
you
you,
next
see you.
episode. Woohoo!
Yeah. You know, my favorite Forrest Gump episode is when he shows his ass to Lyndon Baines Johnson.
Okay, Dimitri, we're off the air. We're off the air. Thank you,
Yeah.
Dimitri. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
okay.
continue next episode. All right, see you guys.
See you guys.